Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. The comment there, because women don't love men, they love men for what they do for them, is what I want to talk about today. This came from a comment in a video I did called, what was that called? Your Work Matters to Your Filipino Wife. And so somewhere or another we're talking about love and this idea, which I've heard before. So I wanted to do a video about this, that women don't love men, women can't love men, men love women, men fall in love easily, and they might, but we're talking about the women not being able to love, or they only love for what's in it for them. So I don't think that a man or a woman in a marriage can just show up and say, here I am, love me. Love, and I say this many times in my channel, has nothing to do with how you feel. That would be like infatuation. So, of course, a woman can love a man. To love a man means to, do what's best for him and be his helper, as, the Bible, God establishes that. What a husband does for his wife, to love her, he puts her first, he protects her, he provides for her. And they don't have to love each other. They don't even have to have met each other. And then, boom, you're married, now start love each other. You might say, well, how can that be? They don't know each other. You don't have to know them to love them. You just have to love them. You just have to do. You have to act. Do what's best for them. I married my wife in only 54 days, and here I was, 9,800 miles away from her. 55 days before we were married, neither one of us knew the other existed. We were separated by almost 10,000 miles. I proposed on day 18. We got married on day 54. I ran over there, flew over there as fast as I could to marry her. We've been married over 8 years now. So part of that success is because I believe love is something you do. So I'm not going to expect my wife to love me just because I petitioned her and all that to be my wife. I feel like I still have to earn her respect, and I want her to love me because I'm doing things for her and to her where she can respond to me with love of her own. There's a Bible verse that says something like, he that has friends must show himself friendly, or else he's not going to have friends. And I think you could say the same thing about love that is action. He that wants someone to love him needs to love the other person, because it's reciprocal. I love my wife. She sees how I put her first, I'm willing to sacrifice for her and do whatever I can for her. And then she, in response, recognizes that she's with somebody that really does love her, doing his best to be good to her, and she's going to respond in love. I believe my wife loves me. As my screen just went out, there you go. I believe my wife loves me. Now, I can say I've done a lot for her, but that's my job, that's my responsibility. It's also my privilege to do as much as I can for the good, for the good of my wife. And she has not ran off. She has not, taken advantage of that. I feel she loves me in return. She can't do the things for me that I can do for her. I don't expect her to. But, we're just fine. I get her love because I love her first, and she responds to that. So no, I don't believe with this comment here, women don't love men. They only love what men can do for them. I could just as easily say men don't love women. They just love the sex. I almost said something that would get me in trouble. they just love the sex that they can get from the woman, or they just love her beauty, or they just love her youth, or they just love her as being eye candy for their friends. They just love her so they can show her off to their buddies. And that sounds just as crude, and there may be some truth in that. And of course, we should be doing things for our wives, and they will respond to that. The Bible says, give and you shall receive. In fact, when we give to others, the Bible says we receive even more than what we gave. And that's something I've always tried to think about. This love that I talk about in my videos is not based on feelings. You know, I've been in love with plenty of women that made me feel good. You know, whether that was just sexual attraction or infatuation or something else. And this can go all the back to elementary school, I suppose, on different levels. But that doesn't mean it's love. I told my wife, you know, if she lost her mind or her health or her mobility, or she went blind or something like that, doesn't change my love for her, because I have responsibility to love her, and she needs to know that she is safe with me. Every wife does. If worse comes to worse, will her husband still love her? Of course. She gets disfigured or paralyzed or something awful like that, she needs to know her husband's going to treat her exactly the same, and he's going to be there and give up even more of his time and money and whatever and effort to take care of her. And so when you get married, I've always recommended, you know, just be good to her, meet her needs, try to outdo each other, I guess, if you have to. But if the guy is not selfish and he can learn to forgive and put his wife first, I don't think he's going to be one of these people that believes that women don't love men, they only love what men can do for them. That's just an out. It's an excuse. It's not true. And so I wanted to take the time here to make a short video just on this particular topic. You're always welcome to leave comments. I should say that right from the start, but I normally forget to do that. I normally forget to say, please subscribe here to Love Beyond the Sea. I've been married to a woman from the Philippines since 2015. I've got over 1,500 videos. I've got different playlists for people saying, well, I never show my wife. We've got a playlist on YouTube called Just Us that has over 200 videos of just us in one way or another, different places we've gone. And so you can get more information on a foreigner-Filipino relationship. I have an affiliate link with Christian Filipina. You can get that on TikTok up at the top there under the thing called Linktree. And it's in different places, comment section, description of YouTube videos. So that's about it. You know, sacrifice for your wife. I'm very supportive of my wife in her work. I want to see her do as well as she can. She's also going to school. She'll have an associate's degree at the end of December of this year. And that's something that she couldn't do if I said no. I mean, yeah, I got to sacrifice some time, but I also have to realize that, you know, she thinks it's important to have that degree. If I died tomorrow, she needs to be prepared, whether, you know, especially if she wants to stay here in America. I'm not sure she does. So anyway, leave your comments. Yes, women definitely are capable of loving men.